This is part 2 of my hike on the CLDT, Section C. It covers day 7 to day 10. As I explained in part 1, I started on the northwest corner of Croatia. In my first video, I showed you the first 50 miles from the trailhead in Savudrija to Pazin. This one will cover the next 40 miles from Pazin to the town of Plomin. The Franciscan friars in Pazin hosted me for 2 nights. This is their friary. So that left me free on day 7 to go on a cave adventure, which actually goes 100 meters under the friary. This is our tour guide Sasha leading us down into the canyon where the cave mouth is.
Pazin Castle was a prison, and Jules Verne wrote.
Here Sasha's explaining how Matthias Sandorf, a Jules Verne character, escapes from prison by jumping into the river and getting swept through the cave. Getting into the cave is quite a fun process. You have to take 2 zip lines to get all the way in.
Okay, just hold here, slowly sit, and you can go. Frogs don't have natural enemies. So they come in the cave, they make reproduction, and then most of them go outside, some of them stay here.
This is called Proteus sanguinus, or human fish.
Here we are getting a presentation from the other cave guide, Elena, about animals that live in caves. She also showed us how the canyon fills up with rainwater every year, gets clogged, and then finally drains. And here you have 2 Sashas in the same picture. If you're ever in Pazin and want to go on the cave adventure, check out Speleo Aventura. After the cave tour, I had a stroll through town. Here's a view of the castle. After that, I headed back to the friary, had a nap, and called it a night. Yep. Saying goodbye to my, I was gonna say cell. I don't know if that's accurate or not. My room that the Franciscans were so kind to give me. Have my own bathroom, everything. They had me with them for meals, and it was kind of a blast from the past and quite nice. Where to go? Every direction looks pretty much the same. Here's a view of the friary from across the way. Hi. Hi, buddy. I'm going. Good job, protector dog. That dog really wants me to go away. She has followed me probably about 100 feet. 30 meters or so. And she's like really shoving me out of town. I'm going, lady. Jeez, your mama needs to calm you down. And finally some woods. And another road. There's some kind of quarrying work going on down there. I have no idea about geology, so I don't know what minerals those would be. but looks like there's like red dirt and then piles of this yellowish whitish stuff. And I think the trail goes up this way, so we're gonna keep going. I just left Pazin this morning after spending 2 nights with the Franciscan friars. About to have my lunch. They sent me away with 2 sandwiches. This one's a prosciutto sandwich. They have the fancy deli slicers at their house, their place. And then a sausage and smoked cheese sandwich on this yummy bread. And an apple. Hi there, lovelies. Oh, I see you protecting your baby. There are a bunch of you guys back there. Hi. Yes, I see you. I see you too, mister. You didn't have to stand up, you know. Day 8 and about just over 60 miles on the CLDT has brought this. Oh, interesting interruption. Somebody is making honey. Definitely don't want to go too close to those. It looks like this is the trail. So I'm gonna focus on that, and once we get through, then I will continue. Okay, now that's the trail. It turns out I took a unnecessary shortcut. What to say? Week 1. I would have hoped to do at least 100 miles and only covered 50 because the 3 days I was sick and 2 other days I walked less than if I would have been in my normal game. I plan to camp tonight near a river. It'll be low, so I'm hoping it's not too wet tonight. And then tomorrow night I found someone who is going to let me couch surf at her place. And after that I have my first mountain to climb, which starts right after the town of Plomin. You go up like 1,000 feet in nothing, like half a mile. So it'll be the first crazy climb of the trek. Apparently there are really nice views up there, and a few different mountains do that, where you are very close to the sea and you're going up, so you get to see the sea from the mountaintop. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and I don't have to deal with the Bora, the Croatian wind, which I'm told to be very respectful of. I am reassured by the fact that I have access to multiple groups and individuals who are looking out for me and who know the area very well. Yeah, looking forward to a more adventurous and mobile week than last week, but yeah, here we go. So this is the river Rasa, I think Rasa. And it looks like a stream, not a river, but who knows how high it gets, I guess, in January, February kind of time. But yeah, just another mile or 2 to go and camp and call it a night. Oh no, it's the fog. I'm low. Well, this spot is low. So I hope it's not a terribly foggy night, but It looks like that may be the case. It's morning of day 9 on the CLDT. I'm in this interesting spot next to the river Rabac. I camped down that way, maybe about 200 feet down that way. I don't know who brought all these bathtubs here or what they're doing here, but I just had my breakfast and resupplied water down that way, next to a colony of bathtubs. I got to the bottom down here and I slipped, so my feet are wet, or my right foot is wet at least, which is not great. Last night was pretty foggy, but the condensation wasn't horrible. One thing I did learn though is that I don't want my feet or anything to touch the walls of the tent, because my feet were touching the tent and this bottom part of my sleeping bag got pretty wet. The good thing is that the down liner that was inside of it was dry, but the bag is wet, so I just stuffed it with the feet sticking out, and we'll let that dry during the day. I have 17 miles to cover. I did okay in the fog last night, but I don't want to push my luck. And yeah, so hopefully the sun will come. Oh, it's coming up over that way pretty soon. And the fog is pretty. It is pretty, but it's not fun to sleep in. But yeah, last night was alright. Okay. This is the second quarry operation I've come across, and kind of feels like a big wound in the side of the mountain. All these old abandoned boats. So cool. Oh, this one looks really tired. Definitely not repairing that one. I've never actually seen a boat junkyard before. It's cool. There are some goats up ahead here. Hey guys, I'm not gonna bother you. I won't touch your baby. Oh, there are a bunch of them. Hello. Hello. Hey honeys. Oh, you're sniffing me. Flip-flops for a bit to dry the wet feet and avoid the blisters. There is a rogue horse on my path. I like horses, but I do not have experience with them when they are not tethered or... Hello? Hello, beautiful. Are you supposed to be out here? Will you let me by? Hi? Hello? Oh. And we can see water again. Back that way. Almost at the sea again. Made it to the water. Yes. Oh, there are boats. And gotta see what town that is, and you can see the mountains in the background. From looking over here at the little rock hearts, all of a sudden I see this, a city in the side of the mountain or hill. Wow. I believe that is my destination. Rabbits in the twilight. And in the dark. Yes, this was a long day. After spending the night at Diana and Jelko's house, here I am departing Rabac's next morning. Here's Jelko. Nice guy, knows about mountains. And another day with a walk along the beautiful coastline. The weather is still cooperating incredibly well. Heading up into a hilly area. Walking through several towns in the hills and more gorgeously stunning views. Finally approaching my mountain. That's Učka Park. Well, not a real mountain, but still nice. This is the town of Plomin, and about halfway up there you can see the town of Plomin. I camped somewhere in between the two towns, enjoyed the sunset, and called it a night.